This week saw the launch of the Meta Quest 3, the latest iteration in its range of virtual reality headwear. Is it a generational leap from a previous version of VR goggles or an incremental update to an already existing range? And more importantly, what's it like to use in practice? Until now, I've been using the Oculus Rift S as my VR headset for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The headset plugs into the graphics card and a USB 3 slot. The new Quest 3 does away with this, being capable of being entirely wireless. How does it feel playing Flight Simulator, and what's it like with VR games such as Beat Saber? Unboxing the Quest 3, we find a much slimmer headset than the Rift S, a much more pleasing design, and the two controllers again with a more modern look and feel, and a charger and cable. So, what's it like playing Flight Simulator using the Quest 3 versus the Oculus Rift S? Well, I'm afraid the answer isn't good. Let's start with the graphics. Using the same settings as my Rift S, the Quest 3 is unusable. The screen stutters too much and the frame rate is appalling. Unfortunately, the only answer is to turn the graphics down, but doing that means that you get better fidelity with the Rift S than you do with the new Quest 3. Now I'm using a GTX 2080 Super, so it's possible a new graphics card would help. But I'm not spending thousands of pounds just to get a new graphics card, only to get a similar experience to what I'm already getting with the Rift S. However, that's not the only problem with the Quest 3. The headset comes with the basic strap and it's incredibly uncomfortable. The headset sits heavy on the front of your face, and any attempts to adjust its position just loosens the strap at the back, meaning you have to start again. I need to adjust the headset to get it in the right position to be able to read the text whilst wearing glasses, and in the end the only way to do it was to use one hand holding up the goggles. This is clearly not sustainable. I'm not sure why Meta have skipped out using cheap materials when the headset is so expensive. I've upgraded to the Elite strap with battery and it's made all the difference. The headset is now much more comfortable to wear, but it's a shame that Meta didn't include the strap with the default model rather than upsell us another strap at £129. With some tweaking, I've managed to get acceptable performance in Flight Sim out of the Quest 3, and the footage here was recorded using an Xbox controller rather than my yoke and throttle quadrant. But you can see here in New York, the performance is adequate. There are Netflix, Prime Video apps along with other video streaming services available, but my concern is, with this being a product by Meta, not exactly known for their concern about user privacy, will Meta be able to access my Netflix and Prime viewing history and then serve me ads based on that information next time I log onto Facebook or Instagram? Can they and will they sell my personal viewing data? And after the 2021 scandal where 1 billion users' private details were leaked, can we trust them to keep our viewing habits private? The Quest 3 has the all-new pancake lenses rather than the Fresnel lenses of the Rift S and the Quest 2. It's sporting the latest XR2 Gen 2 Snapdragon SoC, and you can certainly feel that in the snappiness of the interface, which will be familiar to previous Oculus and Meta users. Other games have been quite successful, with Elite Dangerous and Euro Truck Simulator 2 running very smoothly on my AMD 3900X with an RTX 2080 Super GPU. The colour pass-through is a welcome change from the black and white images on the Rift S, and they appear to be quite decent cameras on the front of the headset. The colours are oversaturated and there's a bit of lag as you move your head, but it's a big leap over what was previously available. Which of course brings me to one of the big features they're advertising with the Quest 3, and that is the augmented reality. And they give you a demo game which you can get from the homepage of the VR headset, where you can basically take on space aliens. It's quite entertaining actually, and with the boundary being able to set up so you can make sure that you're not going to run into any objects, it does actually make for quite a fun bit of exercise. And speaking of exercise, no VR headset review is complete without mentioning Beat Saber. Compared to the Rift S, this is quite a refreshing change. The blocks are now sharper, and the overall feel is that this is a better viewing experience. As you can see from my rather pathetic attempts, I'm no Beat Saber expert, but the Quest 3 with the Elite headband makes this a fun and challenging VR experience. You can stream VR games from your PC to your headset using either a USB-C cable or over Wi-Fi, meaning I can play Beat Saber in my lounge where I have more room and Flight Simulator in my study where I've hooked up the yoke and throttle quadrant. So overall, the Quest 3 is a great little VR headset, but it's let down by the poor choice of headband, meaning anyone who wants to spend some of their downtime in VR will be forking out for something more rigid and comfortable. Flight Simulator is only okay, but the other games work with no problems. Is it worth upgrading from the Quest 2? I'd say no. Is it worth upgrading from the Rift S? And again, I'd go with no. However, if you want to become untethered from your gaming PC while using VR, then this might be the upgrade for you. Thanks for watching.